So here we're going to look at direct proportion. So two things are said to be directly proportional if an increase in one leads to an increase in the other. And so one of the most common times we look at that is when we're involving something compared to its cost. Okay, so at this stage, one of the most common other things is cost. So sweets against costs, or DVDs against costs, for the examples we've got there. Essentially anything you can buy, right? The more of them you buy, the more money it costs. Okay, and that's what we talk about. An increase in one leads to an increase in the other. So the way that we're going to set this out is going to come in quite useful. And it's a way that you can use to help you solve a few different maths things further up the years, and also in different subjects. Okay, so when I was at school, I used it quite a lot in some of our chemistry calculations and physics and stuff. So the idea behind it is going to be a little bit more useful to take forward. So when we're looking at the question here, first one, at the cinema, 4 packets of Starbursts, or Opal Fruits, if you're of that age, costs £8, which is probably never a phrase that we thought we'd say, but that's the cinema for you. How much do 3 packets cost, is the question. So what we want to do is we want to compare Starbursts with costs. So I have got 4 packets, costs me £8. And so I've got Starbursts to cost. How do I know which way around to do it? Well, I'm looking for a cost, and the thing I'm looking for should be going on the right hand side. My next step is always going to be, we are going to find it for 1. So 4 packets cost me £8. How much would 1 packet cost? Well, it is going to be 8 divided by 4, which is just 2. Okay, so depending on the question, you don't always need to actually work out what that is. Final thing we're going to do is we're going to scale it up. So if one of them costs me that much, how much is 3 of them going to cost me? Well, it's going to be 3 lots of that. So 2 lots of 3, which is £6. So in the middle here, we don't have to include all our units as we're working through, because we're going to get lost, we're going to get confused, we're going to try and put them in the wrong place. So in the middle bit here, you're allowed to kind of drop your units, as long as you remember to make sure you include them again at the end. So get rid of that. Same idea, the cost of 6 DVDs is £33. Find the cost of 11. So already these notes are a little bit outdated, no one really buys DVDs anymore. But you might. So we've got DVDs to cost. Oh, you've got 6 of them. Costs £33. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to find it for 1. So if 6 of them cost £33, one of them is 33 divided by 6. After that, we're going to scale it up. So I actually want to have 11 of them. So 11 of them is going to be the cost of 1 times 11. Okay, now dependent on your calculator or how comfortable you feel with fractions, you might decide that you want to leave it as 33 over 6, or you might change it at this point to be 5.5, but you don't have to do that, right? You can keep it here, and then in one line you can just type in 33 divided by 6 times 11, and you can write down your answer, £60 and 50 pence. So remember, your calculator will not give you that 0 in the end, you need to put that in. Okay, finally then, we're looking at calculators, and we want the cost. So 8 calculators costs £37.60. Find for 1, so I want to know how much one of them costs. So if 8 costs £37.60, one of them, it's going to be that much divided by 8. And finally, we're going to scale it up. So I want to know how much 5 of them costs. So if one of them costs that much, 5 of them is just going to cost 5 lots of that. So £37.60 divided by 8 times 5 is £23.50.